tomatoes, poppies, and everything gardening. We're going to be doing a lot of work in the front, side yard, and backyard in October. It's going to be like a October cleanup for me. I've got all my brassicas and cold weather things going, so now we can work on those beds that are in dire need of weeding, mulching, just basic pruning and preparing for fall and winter. So I've got my gloves. Normally I don't wear gloves, but there's been it's that time of year, and we've already found at least maybe 4 decay snakes this week, and it's baby copperhead season. So let's get outside and I'll show you the first bed we're going to work on in the backyard. Alright guys, this is part 2. Remember part 1, I expanded this whole bed and I put down mulch on top of the cardboard, planted some impatiens that were in pots, and I just kind of recycled them for a temporary burst of color because they will die first frost, which is sadly about a week away. So this is a ground cover here that I think I'm going to keep in this video. I'll put the name right here. So anyways, we'll keep this ground cover, but I'm trying to remove all of the Vinca minor because it is toxic to dogs, and I just can't trust Tonto. Also the creeping Jenny, no, not creeping Jenny, what is it? Creeping Virginia creeper. That's it. That will be removed. Still have more branches coming down I need to clean up. And we need to get our camellias potted. I think I might move some of these corabels around too. It's really getting late in the season to be moving stuff around though. So that's what we're going to work on today. Potting up our camellias, which are in the white containers now, but I want them to be in these whiskey barrels. And remove some of the unwanted stuff, maybe move around some of the stuff we want to keep. So let me figure out the placement. And I gotta think about the sun. Trees are... There's a lot of shade back here. That chocolate mint is not happy. I'm gonna have to relocate that. I think I'll keep just one planter kind of in the foreground, relocate the corabels that are struggling. I think I want to trim some branches too. Get some more light down here. Hopefully this little handy tool will reach. I think I'm getting a little too heavy-handed, so probably need to slow down. This is what happens when you cut your own hair. You just start chopping and chopping. I really need to stop. It's the next day and I'm ready to replant the camellias. So I've got some stuff started here, branches, leaves, twigs. So I found some of these ferns on clearance, so I'm going to pop one in there, and you can see I divided the corabel or heuchera, and it kind of naturally just broke into divisions as I was digging up the one over by the tree. So I probably got about maybe 5 or 6 clones of that corabel there around the planter. And you'll see that I'm going to actually make this my potting soil, spent potting soil container for now. That's what I'm going to put in there. No flowers, no plants. And then I went ahead and divided another heuchera or corabel and put another fern around this planter. But now we're going to put this camellia, I think this one's called Japanese Fantasy, into this container near where I keep my bird feeding station. Also, there was a lot of forget-me-nots. These are perennial, biennial forget-me-nots. I have 2 colors, blue and pink. They were in the camellia planters, but I want to go ahead and move some to the ground so that the camellias have more space. You can see the roots are very shallow on camellias, and also ants and camellias have a very strong symbiotic relationship. So you will often have ants around your camellias, and that's totally normal. I'm going to leave these impatiens here just for color into the first frost. And this this planter here is completely empty. I'm awaiting
future gifts for my children. Maybe Mother's Day, maybe my birthday. I have spots for 2 more camellias. So hint, hint, if any of my children ever watch my videos, which they don't, so. There was an astilbe also in that one planter, and I just left it because it seems to be doing really well. Astilbe's really hard for me. They like really moist condition, and for some reason that one's hanging on, so I just left it in that camellia pot. So I've got all my camellias that were in the white containers potted up, and they look great. I'm really excited about this. This bed is pretty much done now, but then I decided, well, these impatiens look really rough. So I went ahead and with some of the extra forget-me-nots, went ahead and just took out those impatiens, put in the forget-me-nots, and then I had some muscari that also was in some of the camellia planters, and you know, they multiply so quickly. I didn't want them in with the camellias anymore, so I'm actually going to mix them in with those forget-me-nots kind of at this front border area. Muscari does need full sun, but remember, when it's getting ready to bloom in the months before that, there are no leaves on the trees, so they will be getting full sun, and they'll look beautiful here, a beautiful pop of blue color for my spring garden. Definitely need more mulch, but I'm really excited about having an empty pot to put spent potting soil, so that's what that's going to be for. You see I got 1 fern and many divisions of corabels around that pot, so maybe about 3 or 4 more bags of mulch. And I think it's going to look pretty good. If I can get some more pansies and the ferns on clearance, I think I'll get some more of those to kind of disperse. But for now, I think it looks really good. And I feel good about this project. So I'm going to let y'all go now. I know it's a long day. I'm very tired. But I will talk to you guys soon. I can't wait for you to see when the camellias start to bloom. They are just beautiful, and it gives you something to look forward to in January, February, March. All right, guys, bye.